Everyone. Thanks to the Neuro Pride Ireland for this opportunity just to share. So, hi all, I'm Stephen Greene. I'm a person who stutters, and I'm a stuttering advocate. I'm also a board member with the Irish Stammering Association, and I actually run a social media account which is all about stuttering advocacy, which is called Stutterverse. So I would just like to share a little bit about like what stuttering is and how neurodiversity can be applied to us who stutter. I will just talk a little bit about what open stuttering is, and I would just like to share a little bit about like our Stammering Pride movement, which is supported by the Irish Stammering Association. So, what is stuttering? Stuttering at its core is neurological, and it often has a genetic link. Stuttering is an involuntary feeling of losing control or being stuck while speaking. Common reactions to this feeling of stuttering are like part word repetitions, prolongations, and blocks. However, people can react to this feeling in a myriad of ways. So stuttering is what we feel and how we react to that feeling. Stuttering has he's historically been viewed as a fluency disorder, where stuttered speech has been less desirable than fluent speech. Speaking fluently has been seen as the right way of speaking. In TV, films, books, people who stammer have been portrayed as less intelligent, nervous, incompetent, and even devious. So, what message does this give? That people who stammer are doing something wrong. Thankfully, things are changing with stuttering or organizations and speech therapy services, where stuttering is now being recognized as a difference and not a defect. Neurodiversity, alternative to the medical model, can be applied to stuttering in this way. Neurodiversity is the interaction between the person who stutters and their environment. The environment can be reshaped to reduce this stigma. In this model, fluency should not be the goal. Rather, diverse speakers should be accepted for who they are, namely people who stutter. So I would just like to share the following just paragraph from Dr. Chris Constantino, who was a person who stutters and a speech therapist. This will hopefully give you a insight into just what I'm talking on. This resistance to stuttering does not just exist in our minds and mouths. It exists in our environments as well. We try not to stutter because we know stuttering has consequences. Maybe we have been ridiculed in the past, or experienced discrimination at work. So society does not expect stuttering and makes little room for it. Another reason to stutter is that it defies these social norms. Stuttering openly can be an act of civil disobedience. We make space for stuttering by stuttering. Stuttering shares a part of ourselves that society is uncomfortable with. So society needs desensitization training. The more we expose it to stuttering, the more comfortable with stuttering it will be. By choosing to stutter now, we make it easier to stutter in the future. So what is open stuttering? Open stuttering basically is when we don't feel the need to control or to conceal our moments of stuttering. It can be a journey to get to this stage due to the stigma that many of us who stutter have experienced in the past. So what is stuttering and stammering pride? Stuttering pride is the belief that stuttering voices are valid and important. It is a hope for a future where people who stutter are respected and included. It is a movement to create this change and to celebrate stuttering culture. Stammering pride or stuttering pride is a growing movement in the community that aims to change the view that we are doing something wrong when we stutter. Instead of feeling shame, it encourages people to take pride in the way that they speak, to see stammering as just a different way of talking rather than a less valuable one. To learn more about stammering pride and in particularly from an Irish perspective, I would encourage you to visit Road Drachria, which is the Irish for Stammering Pride, and you will be able to find this on the Irish Stammering Association website, and by just clicking into the Stammering Pride section. We have wonderful, passionate members just that are kind of driving the Stammering Pride movement in our association. So just to finish, we are in a exciting and enriching time just with the pioneering work of neuro minorities coming together just to challenge old narratives and by creating new perspectives in the pursuit of positive change. So my final note is that our ancestors were pretty clued in. So in the 12th century, in the book of Leinster under Greene law, stuttering was entitled to time. So actually there was a law in the 12th century that actually stated stuttering was entitled to time. It is one of the most important things that people can do for us who stutter is to just give us that time. So I'd like to thank you. Thank you very much.